Hello everyone, I'm Xiao from China, and it is a pleasure to have all of you at our Web3 Builder Mixer today. So we are shining the spotlight on the East Asia region, and we've got two fantastic builders today. I would like to start by introducing our first speaker, Niels. Niels is the founder of Builder DAO, and Builder DAO is a great developer ecosystems in China. I think also in East Asia, yeah. I will give the stage to Niels so he can share us the incredible stories of how Builder DAO grew up. So now it's your time. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Xiao, for inviting me to this lecture, and I'm very glad to share my thoughts and practices of DAO. So the topic I will talk about is 3 questions to ask before initiating DAO, and I'll analyze that from theory to practice. DAO can be traced back to Vitalik Isrin's white paper in 2040. And at first, it was not very successful. That the first DAO is the DAO. It failed due to a hacker attack and led to Ethereum fork. But innovations like this, right? So DAOs have only recently been developed in the past few years, and many great practices and have brought this concept into us, but it is still in early stages. After conducting systematic research on DAO organizations, we find that the difficulties of we can feel the difficulties of governance and the challenges that we are facing. And the first one is governance. And DAOs are companies and are always be compared. And people often ask whether such a loose organization is efficient enough. And yes, this is indeed a conflict between the efficiency and decentralization, but we can still find a balance point between them, which we'll discuss later. And the second one is about value. I think that's very important because it determines the upper limit of the DAO. And after reviewing dozens of proposals of some DAOs, we find that some DAOs have found the direction and strategic issues at a certain stage, but it's very difficult for them to adjust. It's just like a group of people rowing a boat, although the direction is not exactly the same, but they are still moving forward. But when a change of direction is needed, some people will inevitably become a force in the opposite direction. So the community is both a success and also the failure. And third one is the risk. I think that it determines the lower limit of the DAO. We have heard too many examples of governance attacks. Choosing the transparency and the immutability also means that you are facing the risk of someone studying your rules, finding your vulnerabilities, and arbitrage from it. So before discussing how to solve these challenges, let us first answer the 3 questions raised in our title. These are the classic 3 questions in philosophy, very interesting, and they are the same in DAO. When a person comes into your community, he will ask 3 questions: who am I, and what am I doing, and also where am I going? So the first one, if you have joined a community, you may answer that you are a community member because you have purchased an FD pass or token, which meets the criteria for community membership. And perhaps you made some contributions to the community and have been recognized and obtained the identity, or you have been elected as a representative to lead a team and support the community. All of these should exist in various communities. Maybe you have heard some other names such as We Are from Bankless DAO, Guardian from Card DAO, Nonders from Nonsdao, and Collaborators from City Club. So and also some organizations like Scored, Guilds, LLC, and Multisig, wallet holders, working groups, grants committee. So many roles, which ones are necessary? According to the principles of Occam's-Razor, entities shouldn't be multiplied unnecessarily. So which are necessary? So then we move to the next question: who am I? I think we need to narrow down what we are talking about, because many DAO, like protocol DAO, they don't have interaction between people. They have interaction only on protocols. So what we are talking about is social DAO. although there's no accurate definition yet, but I would define that this is a kind of organization that requires many communication and collaboration among many members. So vertically, I think there are three main roles. The first is the guest. You can easily obtain this role. Generally, you are when you join a community, you just click the icon or complete the certification, prove that you are not a robot, and then you are become the guest. You can have some right to view the channels. And second one is the member. After you meet the requirements of the community membership, such as completing tasks, purchasing NFTs or tokens, the community will accept you as a member. And the third one is the contributor. Sometimes becoming a member can be regarded as kind of contributor because your behavior of buying tokens can be seen as funding the treasury and proving liquidity. Here, it is emphasized that after becoming a member, you are still contributing to the development and growth of the community with your energy and time. And usually this is the end, but sometimes the community will also stratify among the contributors. I call them outstanding contributors. There may be more layers in this one. So the second one is horizontally. There will be multiple functions divided. For the operations, maybe the name is steward, and the community for governance, multi-sig wallet holder for the financial issues, and advisor for external advice. Yeah. So the second question is, what am I doing? We usually say that Web3 realized that users own their own data. That's very special for Web3. And in the community, users are both members and owners. For the first one, you are the owner, which is related to governance and decision making. You are participate in discussions, proposals, voting, or electing people. And the second one is about you are the member, which is related to tasks and contributions. They are generally multiple types like operation, coding, etc. And we use some tools to accomplish this, like Discourse, Snapshot, Coordinate, or Notion to work. Maybe you are familiar with them. The third one is, the third one is where I'm going, and it is the most important one. We can also ask, what am I here for each member? I will classify them to two questions. The first one is about spiritual satisfaction. Yeah, I think, and the third one is about influence, reputation, personal growth, and happiness, or just for fun. And the second one is about the material reward, like pay or excess income. Every member will ask this question. So if you are a community founder, or you need to think from the perspective of your users or your members, whether you have met their demands or met which level of needs you have met. Then this among these three questions, I think this is the most important one. Just like the products is more important than the economic model. So where to go is way more important than how you go there, because you can, well, as long as the destination is attractive enough, members will find a way by themselves, and they can even make strategies to arrive there. So I have a suggestion, that is, do not spend a lot of time on governance, but think about creating value and how to create them. So how to solve the three challenges above? Let's return to this part. The first one is about balancing efficiency and decentralization. Although it's very difficult, I think I have three suggestions. The first one is the combination of guilds and sports. You can have other names. Guilds represents professional fields in community, such as in BuilderDAO we have technology guild, investment research guild, etc. And team refers to a squad, refers to a flexible, more scale team that focuses on specific deliverables and goals to ensure the efficiency. And the second one is hierarchical decision making. And After I reviewed the discussions and votings of these DAOs, I found that many DAOs are facing the problem of voter apathy and ignorant voting. Therefore, different voting mechanisms should be established for different scenarios. I think there are three parts. The first one is all hands decision. It's for the whole community to vote on the proposals. And the second one is internal consensus for that is decision making within the team, within the squad. And the third one is personal judgment. It's about granting individuals the right to make decisions within their scope of the responsibility. And this one is democratically elected. And the third one is progressive decentralization. At this stage, the DAO governance paradigm has not been fully established, and different DAOs are suitable for different organizational methods. So this requires a team with strong execution force to promote the establishment of the mechanisms, missions, and visions. Otherwise, many members may join and they can leave quickly after all. I think because they have too many choices. So for the progressive decentralization, I think we can have three steps. The first one is centralized the initiation, and then loosely centralized coordination, and we can arrive decentralized governance. In this progress, you can gradually establish your missions and visions and spread this consensus to build your influence. So for the second question, I think we need to make good decisions. In Web2, we may hear many stories like everyone is opposed to the founder's decision, but the founder make the decision with his casting vote and succeeded in the end. Or an investor decide to invest in a company, but is opposed by others. But then if it figured out that the startup eventually became a unicorn and went public, such things are almost impossible in DAO. In Chinese, we have a word that is 守正出奇. In English, we can say that keep to the right path and strike out in a surprising way. And the DAO organization is naturally suitable for making stable decisions, but entrepreneurship itself requires ingeniousness. Therefore, it is best to have the team figure out what they want to do and on the first day, and then attract people who recognize it and participate in it, and be prepared for the difficulty of the changing direction. I think doing this on the first day is the easiest, and it's hard to change later. I believe we have 3 points we can do to improve this situation. The first one is to ensure the flexibility of the mechanism. I recommend that we can use upgradable smart contract and also make the Genesis constitution to be amended immediately. And second one is to use leverage. The community itself is easy to attract talents and projects. So a consulting community can be established to seek advice and help from the project founders, investors, and partners in the whole community. And the third one is delegated governance. We should let the professionals to handle professional issues. For many members, I think it's easy for them to choose the right person, then choose the right proposal. Yeah, so I think we need to delegate. We need to let the community member to delegate their power to the people they trust. And the third one is how to prevent the malicious behavior. Also, I have three sessions. Today we have too many 3 points here. The first is we need to have a community code of conduct. It can have we can have a stop doing this for the whole community, and also to promote the value communication in it. And the second one is gradual release of power. Maybe you have heard that non-DAO. They have the 10 founders of the non-DAO. They have a team. The name is Nonders. They keep the the veto power, and they have no limit. I think it's very. I think this is very challenging for each community to have this, but I think it can keep the DAO in from being from being damaged by some bad solution, bad proposals. And the third one is about the prudent choice of multi-sig holders. We need to keep the multi-sig, the wallet, to be safe, and the holder should have long-termism. They are skin in this game, and also they have judgment and credibility. Okay, so this is a summary of the whole 3 challenges, and each one has 3 suggestions. But problems are endless, and when we meet other challenges or problems, I think I have 3 principles to be applied efficiently. The first one is compatible incentives. This is very important because this is how you appear, how the community appear people here. Think about what the users need, how to align with the organization's mission and vision, and achieve a harmonious state of compatible incentives. And also, if you can do this in a good way, at the early stage, there's no need to invest too much material cost. And second one is effective governance. When you attract users, and I think you should keep the onboarding process as smooth as possible and avoid excessive governance and consume your users' early enthusiasm. So you need to have to set up a good onboarding process. And third one is sustainability. It is difficult to generate power with love, for the member from the start to the end. And also, at a certain stage, early contributors need to be given sufficient incentives because they need to face the real life. If you are not setting up a public goods DAO or for charity, I think you need to consider how to bring positive externality to the whole society. Okay, here we move to the practice part. The thing I'm talking about is from our research and also our practice from the past 1 year. Okay, so I think the first one is where we are going. As I just mentioned, this is the most important one that we need to consider. BuilderDAO becomes we are named BuilderDAO because we want to truly create value for the whole industry. So from day one, we have gathered people with similar ideas, like operators, developers, and researchers. Recently, we are just announcing our white paper, and we summarize our mission as empowering Web3 builders to establish reputation, expand connections, and also create truly valuable projects. And we want to create an interconnected and collaborative network for builders and driving mass adoption and value creation of Web3. And the second one is who are we? And this is our identity system. We have, I just mentioned, we have several layers. First is the traveler who can claim tasks in the community, participate in the process, and judge whether to become a resident here. After meeting certain requirements, you can become a member. We named it as citizen. You can enjoy the right to vote. And then you can, after starting that, you can contribute and become a contributor. And your voting will have the weighted power. And finally, you can become a builder. But this requires the contributor to reach a certain level reach the certain level of the professional in a professional area, and also be evaluated by the peers. And we have divided it into multiple types here. like steward for governance, voyager for incubated project founders, and also like engineer for developers. Okay, so what are we doing? I think this is about the tactic part. We hope to create the value what we have mentioned about, driving industry development through education and the governance paradigms exploration for Operation Guild. Our technology guild will focus on builder culture promotion, and the research guild for combination accumulation by research, and also our incubation guild focuses on the innovative projects incubation. Yeah, these are respectively undertaken by our 5 guilds, and also at the same time, we are based on the 3 principles that just mentioned above. So what we have achieved, the first part is about the content, high quality content for the industry builders, and this is how the reputation is built in the past 1 year. The content direction, our content direction mainly includes the technical education, collaboration with industry leaders and specialized groups such as tokenomics. Here, talents can establish their reputation, and DAO will empower contributors through its resources and connections, achieving a win-win situation. And the second is about our DAO toolkits. Many DAO tools like tangible understanding of governance, and or they choose the wrong direction. According to our first-hand research and experience, we believe that the future DAO governance must still be diverse. Therefore, composable DAO tools should be the correct direction. For example, the status, granting, voting, POW recording, they should be combined by relatively flexible components and used just like Lego. Here's an example. Vita3 is our first component of our system. It helps organizations to issue native digital identities and contribution certifications based on SBT, and each talent can have their own chain resume. And we have reached 20,000 users within 3 days and won the first prize of Tsinghua Hackathon. And the next part is our incubation part. It's belong to our incubation guild. When we are running our DAO, and we can find that many projects are willing to offer tokens to be incubated by us and seeking for community support like recruiting, branding, and coaching, etc. And here's why we launched the acceleration business. We can provide high quality talents, founders, network solutions, community influence, and resources partnerships. And that's what an early stage project is urgent for. And we have achieved, we have received more than 50 project applications, and we have approved 12 of them to join our system. And like this is just some projects here, and some of them have got invested. Okay, so this is the whole model of our business, and the content brand, the in-house products, and also the accelerated projects will be our sources and value, and then the 3 parts will be fed back to our community, which is a network of builders and projects. Yeah, and this is about the total about what I'm talking about here. Okay.
Oh, nice. It's a really great presentation and really appreciate your help. I have some questions from the community, and I want to communicate with you and ask you, get some feedbacks or something. So the first question will be, what inspired you to start organizing events and build a DAO in the Web3 space?
Okay, I think we initiated Builder DAO just by accident. Yeah, and I begin to or in Web3. I jumped on Web3 about 1 year ago, and at first we just building an NFT tour. And then we are developing tours, and also we are trying to build the community. But the NFT volume, trading volume just go down, yeah. But the community, we find that we have gathered many developers just like us, because my background is about the internet. I'm from Alibaba, and also from yeah, I'm a product manager before. We find that many engineers, developers, and operators just like me, they are trying to build something that is valuable for the Web3 and our community. I think that's the embryonic status of our DAO. And when they are trying to find out how to unite them together, I think that's the difference of the DAO from the developer community before, because we use the economic system to unite them and can give them incentives, and then they can function just like a company. They can build the whole influence of the community, and also they can develop tools, even public goods to the whole society. I find that the thing is very cool, and also is really valuable for the whole Web3.
Cool. The second question will be, do you have any plans this year to expand your community and DAO and attract more builders?
Yeah. I think this will all through our process from the start to the end. I think we all need to expand, and we try to at the current stage, we are trying to build the most influential Web3 organization community in Chinese speaking world, and we are trying to embark on our global journey. For example, in last month, we together with Musk and CDAO, we organized the DAO Montenegro, in Montenegro, and also we talked with many global organizations. Yeah, I think Chinese projects need to go more global, and also many many projects in English world, they try to enter the Chinese speaking world, because we have so many very good engineers here. So in the next step, I think first we need to enhance our place in the Chinese speaking world, and also we try to make our own projects, and also incubate projects to the global world. We are planning to like a hackathon or the acceleration camp, in the following steps.
Cool. The final question will be, what advice would you give to global Web3 builders who want to connect to Chinese developer community and expand their market and connect with more builders? So what steps should they take?
You mean for English speakers, or?
Yeah,
Chinese
the global Web3 builders to connect with Chinese devs. I mean, do you have some advice?
I think Chinese engineers are very appealing for our Web3 projects. I think if you want to appeal them to build your ecosystem, I think you need to you can cooperate with many Chinese organizations like ChatD, BuilderDAO, and also DApp Learning. We have some influence here, and you need to. I think you should have some maybe the ambassador of Chinese community, and let them give them incentives. Maybe you can use the DAO as a forum to unite them, and you can organize hackathons. Also, and also give them grants to incentive them to build the projects. But I think you need to mention that some people, they just want to arbitrage from it. So you need to take care.
Sure. Okay, thank you, Niels. So let's welcome our second keynote speaker for today's Web3 Builder Mixer, Yan. So Yan is the founder of DApp Learning. I will give the stage to Yan, and we all love to know more about DApp Learning. Thank you.
Hello. Hello, good
Hi,
evening,
hi.
everyone. It's my great honor to be here talk about the deep learning. Now let me share my screen. Okay. Okay, let's begin. Yeah.
Cool.
First, I want to say that deep learning was conceived and built in May 2021. Yeah, 2 years ago. Yeah. And starting from a GitHub repo and transforming into a thriving community. Yeah, many developers in our community talk about the knowledge, product, and anything else about blockchain. Before we dive into the detail, I prepared a short 2-minute promotion video that illustrate our spirit and mission. This will give you a short snapshot of our journey. Yeah. So let me play the video first. So can you see the video?
Yeah, we can see the video. And yeah.
Okay. Let's return back. I hope the video gives you a basic impression and outline of deep learning. Yeah. Now let me talk in detail. We are designed for developers to step in blockchain dev development, where they can learn DeFi, NFT, DAO, crypto projects. Our version is that we could not only give junior developers a feasible and easy to use blockchain dev learning roadmap, but also present advanced developers with a platform for communication and cooperation. Yeah. I'd like to share some impressive figures to show the growth and the impact of deep learning. Since our start, we have gained about 4,000 stars on our GitHub repo. More than 150 contributors have actively participated in our community and submitted their pull request to our repo. This is truly a result of collaborative effort. Yeah, the reach of DApp Learning extends GitHub. Yeah, our YouTube channel is also popular. We have it has a rapid grew very fast. Our subscribers are more than 3,500. We have a strong presence on social media platform too. Yeah, we have more than 3,000 followers in our WeChat official account and more than 2,000 followers in our Twitter. Yeah, these numbers are still continue to grow too. The most important point I wanted to emphasize is that DApp Learning is a non-profit organization. Our core members are not motivated by profits and commercial interests, but they are passionate about blockchain and like open source spirit. Our funding primarily comes from grants such as those from Ethereum Foundation and Gitcoin grant, and generous donation from organizations like Blueprint, Squirrel, Novus, and Optimism Foundation. Yeah. The financial module allows us to maintain a technology neutral stance. We focus on Ethereum ecosystem, and we believe that through this approach, we can we can gather the crypto native developers in our community. Yes. Okay, let's move on. There are three critical components of our community. You can see in the picture. The first one and the most important one is our GitHub. Okay. Then is our online sharing meeting. We call it DApp Learning Open Source University. And the last one is the translation team. Yeah, we translated MIT Open Course, blockchain and money. Later I will describe it in detail. Now okay, let me open our GitHub. You can see this is our GitHub. We give a list of learning texts to help developers understand the necessary skills of DApp development. Yeah, you can see teach you how to deploy contract with Web3 JS. And the first 6 is simple. Yeah, I think then we will teach you how to use Hardhead, Graph, Chainlink, React, Chainlink. Yeah, how to write an ICO contract and how to implement a decentralized exchange. Yeah. For this task, you can see we give an example of the earliest decentralized exchange is the Delta. There is only 200 line of code. Yeah, it teaches you how to implement an order book, decentralized exchange, and we also give the original code of Uniswap. Yeah, I think there is almost 200 line of code too. So when you can learn the original version, and it can help you understand the basic concept of the decentralized exchange. Yeah. There are also many wonderful tasks. Maybe you can find here. Yeah. Now I work on to clean the text and implement it. Yeah. Then you submit a pull request. We will review your pull request. Then if it is suitable, we will merge in our repo. Okay. Then after, sorry, let me see. Okay. But we also have the basic text and the project text. Project text like Uniswap, Curve, Heavy, Compound. Yeah, this is a very classic projects. But we do some code analysis, white paper analysis, and project introduction, yeah, to the community. So we built a DeFi learning roadmap. We follow the logic of finance, trading, law, and derivatives. Yeah, for trading part, we analysis Uniswap V1, V2, V3, Curve V1, V2. Not only white paper analysis, but also code analysis. Yeah. Then for low, heavy compound liquidity Euler. Yeah. Yeah, is Euler is hacked some time ago. Yeah. But we think it is a good project. Then for the derivative, we do some research on synthetic YN, perpetual protocol, OPYN. Yeah. You can find all the content in our GitHub. Then let me introduce sharing meeting. Okay, let me change to play mode. Sorry. Okay. We call the OSU, yeah, Dapp Learning Open Source University. Hello, can you hear my screen?
We can see your screen. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
Dapp Learning Open Source sharing meeting. It will be recorded in video and uploaded to our YouTube. Yeah, you can see all the content in our YouTube. Any community members can schedule a sharing session after their presentation is reviewed and approved by our core members. Each session will be rewarded $116. Meanwhile, we invited many famous project technology leaders to give a speech too. So far, we have invited Perpetual, Mina, Starwell, Chainlink, Graph, Arbitron developers to give a sharing from authority angle. Yeah. Let me show you this website. Yeah, is open to public. You can just, if you wanted to share in our community, you can just register and prepare your presentation. let's have a look. Yeah. Have many interesting technology direction. Okay. Yeah, we will also make a poster for you. Some time ago, I gave a sharing meeting about the reflector finance. Yeah, white paper analysis. Then the poster is like this, and every 3 months we will reward the developers who gave a sharing meeting. Yeah, we will make another poster too and promote in our community. I think it's a good chance to show yourself in the community. Yeah. What we are currently working on a series of course on ZK. Yeah. The symbols you can see in the poster. There are 3 parts: cryptography basics, and MPC and multi-signations and the ZK proof system. Now we are we are in this part. Yeah, I think many ZK research wanted to dive into ZK proof system like Groove 16, Planck, and Halo 2. Yeah. So you can subscribe our YouTube. The last one is our translation team. We have translated the MIT open course Blockchain and Money taught by SEC Chairman Gensler. Yeah, the course is a priceless resource for newcomers looking to understand the essential of blockchain and broaden their financial knowledge. Yeah, knowledge. You can see the content in our WeChat official account. Now, then I wanted to introduce our DAO governance. Yeah, we have 3 basic principles. Rule 1, partners who have submitted PR 3 times or have shared at least 1 time can join the developer group. Rule 2, the developers group aim to maintain open source project and sharing meeting with a ceiling of 120 people. Yeah, we have the limit. The purpose of the communication group is to communicate with other developers which has no threshold limit. Yeah. Rule 3, partners who have shared ones can send a recruitment post or other advertisement in the group. Yeah. So if you want to send some ads, you need to give a sharing meeting. Then is our fund allocation. Yeah. Our funds are stored in Genesis Safe Wallet, controlled by 5 core contributors. Yeah. We use DAO IP to distribute our funds. Yeah. You can see our DAO IP now is 40 already. The latest one is reward the new contributors of the sharing meeting. Yeah, we distribute more than 1,000 USDC to the developers. Yeah, you can also see the Web3 youth funding program is also a very interesting program in our community. We set up it to support the developers transfer from Web2 to Web3 or job waiting contributors. Yeah. It aims to fund outstanding community contributors as full-time employees to get involved in community and learn about Web3 systematically in their career gap. The duration is up to 3 months for each person. Yeah, I think we pay a relative high salary for them to in their career gap stage. Yeah, and absorb themselves in the Web3 learning. This is yeah. So if you want to apply this program, you need to be our core contributors first. Yeah. Lastly, I wanted to share about our sponsor and partners. Yeah, you can see our, as I said, our fund are all from grant and donation. Yeah, we get twice Ethereum Foundation grant. Yeah, and we also got a optimism public goods grant recently. You can also see many famous organizations like Novus, Mina, Scroll, Blueprint, yeah, and many other DAOs like Planker DAO, yeah. Decade is a DAO too, and some ventures, SNZ, Bean Venture, Hashkey, and DRK Lab. This is our cooperative partners, yeah, ECN, ETH Planet, Benlian, and Tsinghua and Peking University. Okay, this is our QR code. Welcome to scan the QR code to join us. Thanks for your attention, and I'm open to any question you may have. Okay.
Oh, cool. I mean, I see some like old times codes from, I remember when I entered the Web3 industry, there's like Ether data, fork data, and also I remember the version 1 of Uniswap, they use Viper, and I think the code is 496 lines of code, because as that year, we also get sponsors from Ethereum Foundation, and we co-host rebase Ethereum hackathons. And as that day, we use like the advertisement, like use 500 lines of code, and you can build a next billionaire. I mean, yeah, it's a pretty impressive presentation. And I have some questions for you. And the first one is, what inspired you to, I mean, start building DApp Learning and in Web3 space? Yeah.
First, I wanted to answer that there are 200 line of code, because just you know, Uniswap is a factory router and pool. Yeah, answer the pool contract code. Yeah, not
Sure. I know. Yeah, I mean, I just mean it is quite interesting, because few of the real, I mean, only a few of the people knows what's happening for the version 1 of Uniswap. And I think most of the people, they interested in Web3 because they are investors, they are not builders. They didn't read the line of code, but I mean, for DApp Learning, it's really hardcore, and you do get through all the code, and which is really impressive. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Now let me answer your question. Yeah, I think there are 3 reasons. Yeah. First, you know, our community is built 2 years ago. At that time, the RB was going to launch on mainnet, and found that it will be a great chance, a suitable opportunity to learn DApp development. Yeah, because of the infringement is getting better and better. Yeah, it's a good chance to learn DApp development. This is the first reason. So I created the GitHub repo called DApp Learning with my colleagues. We cooperate to contribute the code and record our learning roadmap. Yeah. The second reason is that in DeFi summer, yeah, at that time, I wanted to communicate with bodies to talk about the DeFi. Yeah, you know, it's hard to learn DeFi by yourself. One person can't do. It's very hard for one person to do white paper analysis, code analysis. Yeah. So I organize some developers to do the research together. The third reason is that I entered the crypto industry in 2017. Yeah, and many of my friends lost in crypto industry. Yeah, they may focus on EOS or focus on buying and selling crypto. Yeah, so I wanted to focus on Ethereum ecosystem. Yeah, help the developers to know and solve the problems facing the crypto industry facing with. Yeah, so this is the three reasons. Am I clear?
Yeah, sure. I mean, it is nice and clear. So the second question will be, do you have any plans this year to expand your community and attract more builders and coders?
Yes, this is the reason I come here. Yeah, I said that we are making, what we are doing now is the ZK course. Yeah, we wanted to make a ZK course to help developers to learn ZKP system measurely. Sorry, my English is not so good. Yeah, but you can understand it, right? Yeah. So, you know, we have made the DeFi learning roadmap. So we are making the ZK learning roadmap. Yeah, so this is what we are doing now.
Oh, cool. I mean, yeah, definitely we can find a lot of synergies. I mean, a lot of friends, I mean, they're from different DAOs and different communities. I'm sure they would love to contribute if we can find the synergies points. And I also have one friend called Anish, and he's kind of a professional cryptography, and he's really ZK master, as I said. Maybe I can introduce him to you later. And also for Builder DAO, now I'm at Ethereum Belgrade, and I think there's a DeFi project. I mean, DeFi is also officially sponsored by Ethereum Foundations. And I met with one guy. He's from DeFi world. He's also trying to build something like the DAO for the scientists and something like that, or researchers or professors. I think, yeah, a lot of synergies, of course, will happen. But yeah, and I think that's it for today. We a little bit longer than we expect, but thank you very much. I mean, thank you, Niels, and thank you, Yan, and really appreciate all your efforts in Web3 and Wagani. Yeah, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Sorry, thank you.